Imagine getting into your driver's seat, ready to start your day, turning the key, and absolutely nothing happens. Or even worse, the car lurches forward dangerously because it thinks the clutch is pressed when it is actually not. If you have plugged in your scanner and pulled the code P0806, you are dealing with a clutch position sensor circuit range or performance issue. This is a generic OBD2 powertrain code, meaning it applies to most vehicles made after 1996 with a manual transmission, whether you drive a Ford, Dodge, Chevy, Jeep, or Toyota. The primary job of this sensor is safety and engine management. It acts as a switch, usually mounted on the pedal support bracket under your dashboard, telling your car's main computer, the PCM or TCM, exactly when you have pushed the clutch pedal all the way down. The computer requires this specific signal before it will send electricity to your starter solenoid to crank the engine. When you see code P0806, it means the computer is receiving data from that sensor that is erratic, illogical, or outside the expected operational range. The symptoms can be incredibly annoying. The most common one is a no-start condition because the safety lock prevents the starter from engaging. Conversely, the engine might start without the clutch engaged, which is a huge safety risk, or you might just see the check engine light and transmission warning lamp illuminated. The causes for this range performance code are often physical or electrical. It could be a defective sensor that is worn out internally, faulty wiring that is chafed or broken, a loose or corroded connector interrupting the signal, or even a bad ground strap. To fix this, start by researching technical service bulletins for your specific make and model. Then, grab a flashlight and inspect the sensor near the pedal for physical damage or loose mounting. Check the wiring for any bare spots or burns. Using a digital multimeter, you need to verify voltage. You should typically see 12 volts on one side of the switch when the clutch is disengaged, and voltage passing through to both sides when engaged. If the voltage signals are erratic or do not match specifications, the sensor is likely the culprit. Also, perform a continuity test on the wires with the battery disconnected to ensure there are 0 ohms of resistance. If you find resistance, you have a bad wire. A common mistake is replacing the starter motor because the car will not crank, when a simple $40 sensor or a wire repair was the actual fix. If you have verified the power, ground, and sensor integrity, and the code persists, you might have a rare PCM failure, which is when you should see a professional.